You know, I'm going to say this on my anniversary today with a little fun. You do the dishes. That's something that my husband and I will say to each other. But you know what? It's also taking on a new meaning. You do the dishes is actually a place where you can create the dishes instead. So as we keep it local, we are now joined by a ceramic artist, Gretchen Green, and Amanda Cardwell, who is with us to talk about this business. I mean, the fun of it. You do the dishes. You had me at the name. Yes. Do people have fun with it, or am I only one that's saying
yes, everyone that comes in brings it up. Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, you literally do the dishes.
You do the dishes, yeah.
So.
I feel like when I was younger, being able to create like dishes and ceramics was such a like unattainable thing. Yeah. I would get messy. I don't know if I'd necessarily be good at it. Now there's a place where you can actually see if you're good at it, right?
Yeah, and anyone can come in.
Yeah.
Everyone's good at it. You haven't seen my work yet, but gives people an idea of how the process actually works. Gretchen?
Exactly. So you'll come into our studio, and that's where you're going to pick out the item you'd like to paint. So we have all of these white bisqueware items, so that means that they've been casted and they've been fired already once. So they're ready to paint. So you'll pick out one of these, and then once you do that, you're going to pick from over 70 colors, and you'll get to paint whatever you'd like on there. And then after that, we'll ring you up and you'll leave your items with us. And once we take it to the back, that's where we're gonna glaze it.
Yeah, and you'll notice that the piece is very chalky and dull, but that's just because we haven't fired it yet. So when we take it to the back, we dip it in a clear glaze, so that way it'll be all food safe. So if you do paint a mug or a plate, you'll be able to eat out of it, and it'll be food safe. And we put it in the kiln, which is basically an oven that gets to 1,850 degrees, and it turns it into glass.
In timeout, now I like putting the pieces together. I like just kind of jumping in to see what you're all about. One, you're going to come away with a really cool item because again, I have a lot of like the jewelry trays that people try to make. You get to skip that process.
Yes.
So that's where you say you're coming in. You're walking out with something that is usable and is going to look good because the hard part's already done for you, right?
Yes, exactly.
And we're talking mugs. Is this, now, come on, if I had this painting ability, I don't know if I'd necessarily be in television with this. Explain this piece.
So if you're feeling spooky, we have a bunch of Halloween items, or you could just get a plate and paint a little pumpkin on it. But yeah, a bunch of different stuff to choose from.
Yes. And again, you guys are located around the university, right?
Yes, so right next to USF, off of Amberley Drive. That's our shop there. We have all sorts of stuff you can come in and paint, or we also have sofas where you could just come and hang out and do homework. Like people will come in during the weekdays and just get their laptops and work on assignments. And then of course we have a full coffee bar as well. And we offer tea and smoothies and all sorts of fun drinks.
Yes. And I'm assuming you have really cool mugs at the coffee shop too, right?
Exactly. We pour all of our drinks into hand-painted mugs. So you can drink out of those, or you can get it to go and get it in a little plastic cup.
It's a whole experience.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Look at that. I love that vibe as we're taking a look. And just being able to talk about local businesses. And you were saying, as ceramic artists, obviously, you were saying you've got a dream job. Why is that? Why do you love what you do?
Because we just get to make art all the time, and we get to help people succeed at their artwork. I mean, people of all abilities come in to paint, like people who have no idea how to do any sort of artistic thing.
Right here, that'd be me.
They still have a really great time.
Oh, good stuff. And same thing too. I mean, you're
exactly
smiling, Gretchen.
Like people will have never even picked up a paintbrush before, and they're like, "How do I do this?" I'm like, "Let's get it done."
I love that. I was going to say this. This looks so cool. So again, you do the dishes in our Keeping It Local segment. So nice to meet the both of you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.